Hello and welcome to Galactic Goddess Podcast. I'm your host, Rada Nelia, with my co-host, Maya the Shaman.
Hi, I'm the author of this book called Infinite Cosmic Records Sacred Doorways to Healing and Remembering. And you can find it in Amazon. So I just wanted to show you that. And today we have a very special guest again, our beloved Queen of Maharlika. And welcome to our get together again, dear Queen Helen.
Thank you. I always say thank you, first and foremost, to our Creator, to God Allah, for bringing us all together again. I am Queen Maria Makiling Helen Fatima Nasaria Panulino Abdurajab Jussi Mulan bin Bakinda Ali Elizabeth III from the Imperial Lupasug, Royal Imperial Lupasug, Islamic United Kingdom of Sulu and North Borneo, the Pearl of the Orient, the Lupasug, the Promised Land. Welcome, everybody.
Thank you. We're so excited to be back with you. It is such an honor. Thank you for taking some precious time to be with us and share. I just want to jump right in, and I just want to ask, what is the relevance of the crowning and recognition of the Mafalindo King Raja Mahamai and you, Queen Helen? What is this beautiful crowning that we just saw? It was so incredible. Please share.
Wow, that is really the landmark of the authority that our forefathers had prepared for all of us. Remember, as I would always say, there is a great difference between the claimants who claimed the throne, the scepter, the birthright, and the crown. With that Mathilindo crowning, it has opened the doors because the world is governed and manipulated by the claimants' Mathilindo leaders. That is Malaysia, Philippines, Indonesia, protected by the royalty of Great Britain and the royalty of Johor and the royalty of Brunei, and foremost, the royalty, the lost kingdom of Lupaso. So by that crowning, we have informed the whole world that, hey, we got it, and we are going to rule as the king and queen of Magdalindo, wherein they have made it in the darkest side of ruling. Now, as the queen of the light, together with Raja Mamay, Magdalindo 2023, upon the crowning, will have to lead the entire world towards the path of life and light, the new beginning, the new creation, the new human being designed by the Creator, by God Allah. That is the very relevant meaning of the crowning. We are in authority. So we have to stand, we have to fight for all those objectives of this mission. This is Queen, this is Raja, the King and Queen of Malaysia, Philippines, Indonesia agreement as protected by the royalties, and this is 2023. I open the doors for another agreement to come, to be signed by the entire world, not only by the Magdalindo countries. This is a 50-year tenure to be given to the entire world so that we could stop the imminent collapse of all the banking system, the fiat, the cabal system that has been used, also allowed by our forefathers. But this time, this is the Magdalindo that will rule to change the entire global financial system, the entire global climate change procedures, and the laws and policies, and to stop the health crisis because we have the solution.
Beautiful. You're so amazing. Your passion, and I love speaking with you because you know exactly what your mission is. You know what you're doing. You know why you're doing it. It's so crystal clear. So I want to ask you further. Can you tell us a little bit about the rectificatory government? implemented as a passage to have the Lupa Sug monarchy bring forth a royal family to Lupa Sug to come forward. And secondly, who is considered the authentic royal family, of Maharlika and Earth?
The Mapilindo is already a herald, projecting to the entire world that we are the legitimate, we are the authentic king and queen. So with this, the rectificatory form of government, I have already designed that in 2015, what we can say in documents in 2018, that is by royal decree, that we have to rectify the errors of the past, the mistake of the head of states for manipulating, for oppressing and suppressing the rights, the freedom of the people, the freedom to live, the freedom to speak, the freedom to choose, and all of this, because they had been the gods that really enslaved the poor people, especially the people of Maharlika, of the Lupasug Empire. So by this, the end of the Mapilindo was in September 16, 2013. By that, I have submitted to the governance of the Mapilindo countries the documentary book wherein I have stipulated that they have to recognize the heirs and successors of the Lupasug Empire, the king and queen of Sulu, the royal Hashemite, because I got the title from 2009, wherein I was able to get and garner that as the Queen of Mindanao. And all of these titles has given me the power and strength and the authority to put into action. That's why I could have that rectificatory form of government, because of the power and authority of the king and queen by virtue of the predecessor of Law 101. Once you hold the sovereignty, we hold the power to dictate even the Supreme Court of the Philippines, of Malaysia, Indonesia, and the government, the political and military. The sovereignty is the umbrella. No president, no government to be implemented without the authority of the Sultan of Sulu that represents the authority direct from the lineage of our forefathers, the Lemurians, the intergalactic power. That is the main reason why every president is governed by the Sultan of Sulu in North Borneo. So the rectificatory form of government is to rectify even the office of the president that was given the authority and power. Not only the president of the Philippines, the prime minister of Malaysia, the president of Indonesia. So all of these are the governing bodies of the Mapilindo, that they became so powerful to the world because they controlled the assets and properties. Mapilindo is a loan agreement wherein they were given the opportunity to maneuver, to manipulate authority, some say, to use that supposedly for the sake of the people. But they have enriched themselves at the expense of the poor people of the Mapilindo countries. So therefore, the rectificatory is designed really to put into justice what they have done by enslaving the people and putting the severe poverty to the lives of the Maharlikan sovereign people and the imperial Lupasug in the Southeast Asian country and to the whole world. So that is the essence of the rectificatory form of government. Only the king and queen can do that. No government, only us, because of our superior supremacy that God has given us, that our forefathers has given us physically, not only just in words, but we have documents to prove that the Lemurians, the intergalactic power, the heavens, had given us that power and authority.
Beautiful, beautiful. So this is wonderful to hear. And you've talked about divine government before, dear Queen. How do you see the system of governance that has caused Mapilindo to be distracted? How would you implement when it comes to the rich and poor, because it's complex. As we know it, it's not black and white. There are genius and hardworking creatives who earned their money by hard work, and then there are rich people who became rich because, they're pretty much thieves and crooks. And in this way, is there a certain fair system that you have in mind in creating a benevolent adjustments to both the have and have nots? It's a loaded question, I know, but I'd like to know more about this.
If you are with God, if you are with them, if you are with the seven maximum, a day-to-day decision is governed and guided by them. The fair and square governance is that give them what is the right of each and individual. The government, first and foremost, become a government because there are people to govern. Without people there, no one can govern any state or any country. That's why the parent share that I am trying to see in mind when I created the peace and prosperity against poverty and oppression, which is I am putting it in the different barangays of the entire system of governance of the divine government, barangay based. From there, at least we would know, because rich or poor will enjoy this. As you have said, there are rich who became crooked at the expense of the poor. They enslaved the poor to become rich. So we have that category also. That's why the rectificatory has been given. How? At least we know that they became rich because of drugs, because of gambling lords, because of suppression and oppression. So by this, the God in me is advising me, is moving me to really put that into justice. Justice is the basic power to put them into right mind, not to have this sinfulness. Remember, to be divine, we have to follow the will of God. We have to be pure in mind, in heart, in soul, the purity of minds, because whatever in your mind will always go to your mouth. That is the reason why people become sinful, because they verbally say whatever that is not good in the eyes of God. So God himself will rule. So that is the reason why the divine government is in place, because the divine people are there to lead the world. So basically, at this point, this is a skeletal framework. Leaders are to be rectified. Leaders has to be purified. How? By the name of the humanity alone. The good and the bad is already the basis to do it. You are not allowed to kill. You are not allowed to do backfighting. All of this. You are not allowed to have all this criminality that the law of God has been instituted, that even in the Bible, even in the Quran. So therefore, to govern this, there will be policies to be implemented in the name of the elders, the seven Makdum, that I have been designing it, not only the physical one with us, but even the Lemurians to come, the heavenly divine to come. So we are to unite. This is the essence of the promised land, wherein we govern in accordance to the seven layers up, 7 layers below, and the 7 layers left and right. So this is the divine government. So therefore, with that rectificatory form of governance, we are already trying to shed light and try to let the people realize that, hey, whether you like it or not, you have to follow the divine government, because the divine supreme being is the owner of the air that we breathe, the light, the sun, the moon, the water, the fire to make us alive. And where are you going? Lupasug is now in command in every foot, in every feet that you step on belongs to Lupasum. Lupa means the soil, the earth where you are standing for. Your buildings, your infrastructure. That is the connectivity between God, between Allah, and the royalty of the king and queen that leads the entire world. The soil, the planet Earth, the heavens, the seas, the mountains, the valleys, all of this. That is the rule of the divinity.
Yeah, so in this area where we're at right now, or timeline, I would say, a lot of changes is taking place. And we're seeing the collapse of the banking system in different parts of the world. You told me the other day that the banking system in the Philippines has already been collapsing. And so there are people who are wondering how can they secure their money. So as a queen of Mafilindo, how do we secure our money with the imminent collapse of the banking fiat currency system in this world?
That's a very nice question, Princess Maya. Before we came into this global resolution of the financial crisis, we have already in mind. Remember, the Lemurian has their own world bank, and I am one of those that controls it, the Jarinian bank. Now, that is highfalutin to those people that are not well connected to the Lemurian environment, nor community, nor in totality. That means if you want to safeguard your hard-earned money, the sovereign bank, the Imperial Sovereign Bank, when I started in 2009, I immediately have that. That's why I am trying, the physical, I am using the fiat currency. But if only those people would realize, especially those people that loaned me money, they didn't know that I am protecting their money already by depositing it to the Imperial Sovereign Bank. This is a physical battle. This is trying to tell them, hey, if you are clever enough, every single cent you give to the queen, I have protected your funds because I have this Imperial Sovereign Bank rooted in the intergalactic banks, which is, of course, also there. And the Lemurian Jarinian Bank is already there. But they are all crazy. They keep on asking money from me. So therefore, with that act, I will be giving them punishment also. Those people who maliciously tell me that I have given my money, it's only amounting to 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, or let's say 50,000. They have already blemished my reputation. They didn't know that that is their depository amount already in the Imperial Sovereign Bank. That's why every time I shed my tear, I am trying to let them see that whatever amount you give me, there is already an interest in my Imperial Sovereign Bank. So whoever would like to safeguard their money, you can transfer it direct to the name of Queen Maria Helen Panulino Abdurrahman. If the central bank will have to question that, then I will question them. Because in the name of the sovereignty, the ownership of that central bank belongs to the elders, belongs to the Lupasum, belongs to the imperial royal family of the Royal Imperial Lupasum Islamic United Kingdom of Sulu and North Borneo. They have made us suffer. All these people that say they control the bank, they control the central bank. I made myself, I stooped down my pride. I stooped down my intellectual capacity on how to do it so that they would know that the queen is humble enough to find who are the manipulative, who are the one oppressing, suppressing the system for me to implement the collapse.
Powerful. do you have something to say about, in addition to this?
Absolutely. So, going back to Lemuria, Maharlika, the Philippines, as being part of Lemuria, what do you think is the role of Lemuria and Maharlika and the importance of this resurgence during this current timeline?
Thank you, Princess Rana. The Lemurian has been there. They are the silent backbone of the governance of the divinity. Without them, the world has been already destroyed by meteors. We have meteors, 2 meteors coming in to the planet Earth. That is the command of the Lemurians. Without them, we could have been annihilated into the face of the galaxy. Kung wala sila, if they are not there, we are already nothing. But people doesn't realize that. People seems to be having that kind of personal greed and saying that they are in command. Let's say the NASA. NASA is just a minute entity, just an observatory of what is going to happen. Are they capable of doing that, of stopping the meteor, the typhoons, the earthquake, the volcano eruption? Are they capable of doing that? No. But the silent support of the command from the Lemuria is the one that have really saved the entire world. The intergalactic invasion of the planet Earth. Have they realized that? No, because they are close-minded. They are just after their comfort zone. That, hey, we are just waiting for your money, Queen. They don't know how Queen operates in the premise that I am not just doing this. I am not just doing how to rectify them. I am doing the consolidation of power between the heavens, between the galaxy, between all of this. Now, who is Queen? Queen is just the embodiment of the spiritual being, mandating me to implement all of this so that the world will know, the people of the world will know that there is the powerful being that controls the entire world. The galaxy, the Lemurians, they are here to help us. So they are the one now, the leaders of the new generation, because the heavens already expired when Lucifer is put back to the deepest fire of hell. He was given the chance to help us rule the world, but he has not followed. He has defied the prophecy, and I am the prophecy to really put an end to the rule of Lucifer, which is the heavens domain. And now the earth below, the Lemurian, has to put it back to rectify all the sovereign people. We have to put the bad on this side, and we have to put the light, the people good on this side. This is the divine rectificatory form of government under the domain of the divine government.
Thank you, Queen. And thank you to the Lemurians who are, always watching, always helping with little to no recognition or even acknowledgement. And so I honor them as well. Thank you.
We thank them. In our system, in our bodily system, from the brain cells down to this minute cells that we have in the entire body. So we become more useful if we allow them to help us live 1,000 more years.
That is so true. Yes, yes. Thank you, Queen. It's magical.
Your book said so. That's why even if I have not read that, I can see. Because being a Lemurian, we have that capacity to go beyond even in the letters that you have encrypted in it.
Okay. Very well. Thank you, Queen. This is so wonderful to have you with us again. And as we can see, we're doing this so that people in the world can understand where you're coming from how they can benefit with having to listen to what you have to say. It's very important now for people to really tune in because there's so much changes taking place. And people listen to all kinds of news, and the news that you hear out there are just very depressing to a lot of people. And so they don't know where to look for, a more inspired news, how they can help themselves during this very difficult time that's taking place in their lives. And so having to understand the role of you as a queen, Helen Abdurrajak, and so as King Mamai Abdurrajak. I'm just making it shortcut for everybody to make it easier for you guys to understand this, is that it's essential for people to really tune in. And we encourage people to tune in because there's so much that we're going to bring into the table, especially with our dearest beloved Queen Helen here with us. This is the time where the changes, a huge shift is going to take place. And from darkness to light, this is the transition period for every one of us. So we're encouraging everybody to tune in. Radha?
Yes, I just want to say thank you so much, Queen. You are such a gift in our lives and everyone's lives that are getting to tune in and to understand that history will be rewritten because it was falsified, and bringing justice and truth. And it's very hard for many to comprehend the depths of deception that have been going on for eons of time. And so the courage that you have in sharing and stepping forward, I just wanted to honor you and say thank you. You are such a bright light in all of our lives and a joy. I feel, how did I get so lucky to get to know you? I feel so blessed, and not only just for me, but for everyone that listens, because the time is now. The time is now. We are stepping into that now moment. And a lot of the old timelines are collapsing, and we have to come together. We have to continue these conversations. Thank you for your generosity in sharing and informing people, because it's very hard concepts for many to understand that we're going through such massive changes. This is really softening those blows and helping people to understand that history is being rewritten right now. Thank you, Queen.
Yes. You are welcome, as always. I am around to be with you, to shed light to the entire world, because the new history, as we say, to be rewritten. All of this, what we have done in the past, is going to be elaborated in such a way that it will be in favor to the Queen of Life, which is our Queen Mother, our Mama Mary. Our shaman, she has a name, Jusimulan Kuan Yin in China. And all of us, we have a special name with the mother that has been with us in helping the entire environment, the Mother Nature. So this is how I really appreciate you both, because you have given them the opportunity to realize the presence of the divinity in all your books, in all your historical accounts, in all your researches. You have already put it into light. Thank you also very much, Princess Maya and Princess Radha.
Thank you.
Oh, it's such a pleasure. Thank you so much, dear Queen. We love having you here. And in the book that we recently completed called Stories of the Goddess, I wrote about the Lemurian goddess Maria Makiling. So I decided,
Wow.
yes, I decided also to put a little quote from you somewhere in the book, and that just got printed somehow, and it's now on Amazon. So I'm going to, Radha will probably show it next time around when we get the book in our hand, and flash it out so that people will see it. But
Yes.
yeah, and so I'm excited to share that with you. I'd like to send you also several books next time, and we'll do. So thank you so much.
divine feminine embodied, and in such powerful leadership in who you are. You know, this is truly the embodiment of the goddess. So thank you so much, Queen. You're so loved. You're so honored deeply, and the joy of our hearts blossom in your divine presence and in knowing you. Thank you.
You are welcome. The world is happier to see us all again. Thank you.
Thank you. Until next time, much love and blessings. Blessings to all. Bye for now.